Hi guys, Varun here from FoneArena, and we have a really interesting device here at FoneArena today for an unboxing. Guess what is it? This is the Oppo N1, which was just announced a few weeks back in China, and we already have it for an unboxing. So we are probably one of the first to be unboxing this beautiful Oppo N1. So this is a really phenomenal device in terms of specs, a great hardware, great design, and it also has a 13 megapixel rotating camera on the back made by Sony. So this is all in all one of the best phones to come out of Oppo. So Oppo is this Chinese company based out of Shenzhen, and they make really great hardware, and they are one of the few handset makers or OEMs who are very open in terms of the software. They're even running actually this Oppo N1 ships with a version of an OS called as Color Roam, but you can actually run CyanogenMod mod on it officially. That's kind of cool. So here we have it, the Oppo N1. This is not the retail box, but still we're going to be unboxing it considering it's kind of fancy. So let's quickly take a look around the back. So this is the Oppo N1. Has a 5.9-inch Full HD screen and a rotatable 13 megapixel camera, which we'll show it to you once we open it. And it's fairly heavy at about 213 grams, but still it's only about 9 millimeters thick. You'll kind of be amazed when you actually take a look at the device itself. It's huge, but still beautiful design. So it has this N lens, which is a kind of an innovative camera mechanism, 6-element lens on the back. So this is a white variant, and it has 16 GB of capacity on the inside, and it also comes in a 32 GB variant. So this is made in China, and this looks like a unit from Russia though. So nothing else here, considering this is not actually a retail package, but just something like a preview package. It's already open, so we're not going to be needing the knife. And this is another small package here. This is actually a Bluetooth accessory called the O-Click, and we'll be showing it to you once we power on the device and kind of pair it up. So let's quickly give it an opening. So this is the Oppo N1, probably the first time anyone is unboxing it, so kind of feeling really great about it. So this is the Oppo N1 in all its glory. So it sits really pretty much throughout the box, so it's huge. The box is pretty much filled only with the device. So that's the Oppo N1 there. Let's quickly get it out of the box. So let's quickly put this aside and take a look at what else is inside the box. So that's the phone, and here you have the in-ear earphones. Seems fairly decent one. So that's the earphones, and here you have another box here. So that seems like a USB wall, like a wall adapter for the USB cable. So this is a 2100 milliampere charger. So, and you also get a USB cable. So this is a standard micro USB, nothing fancy here. But the cool part is the Oppo N1 has a 3610 mAh battery. That's kind of phenomenal, and it's only the Huawei Accent Mate which kind of comes close to that. I think it has a 4000 odd mAh battery. So it's one of the biggest phones in terms of battery capacity in the Android market currently, and pretty much any other device. So there's something else here. So this seems like a brochure or something. So you have a really cool Oppo SIM ejector tool. They had it in their Find 5 as well. And this is the Oppo kind of logo made into a SIM ejector tool. And let's check what else is there. So this manual is for reference purpose only. So this looks like a Russian manual. There's also some other stuff as well. I think it seems to be in English as well. So it says quick guide. So indication about the SAR value, weight, 13 megapixel camera, 213 grams, 9 millimeters, and it has a placement about the buttons and everything. So let's quickly take a look at that. And has an IR sensor as well. That's a pretty cool thing. There's a light sensor as well, and volume button, power button, standard stuff there. So let's quickly put this aside. So this is something like seems like a brochure in completely Russian, so we're not going to be needing that since we don't understand even a single word of it. So that was the box content. So let's quickly get our attention back on this behemoth of a device. So this is a 5.9-inch screen, beautiful hardware, and all white, just kind of awesome. So this reminds us a lot of the hardware from some handset makers like HTC, who also invest a lot in terms of the metal or kind of rigid design. So we can probably quickly take a look at the HTC One Max next to the Oppo N1. Similar devices in terms of the form factor. So yeah, actually also it looks slightly bigger. The One Max is also a 5.9-inch screen, so both have identical screen sizes. So but it's kind of much more bulkier. The One Max seems bulkier, at least, since it's all metal on the back. So this is kind of plasticky on the back, although Oppo is pretty solid as well. So the camera is miles apart though. So both have also fingerprint sensors on the back, which is kind of interesting. So this is not a fingerprint sensor on the Oppo, but a touch sensor. But the HTC One Max has a fingerprint sensor on the back, similar to the one found on the iPhone 5s. So that's a quick comparison. We'll be doing a detailed comparison later. We just wanted to give you an idea about the form factor, just to compare and give you an idea how big is the Oppo N1. So this is the N1. So let's quickly walk you through the hardware. So let's quickly get rid of the screen protector here. So this is the 5.9-inch screen, beautiful 1080p screen. Let's power it on in a bit. So before that, let's quickly give you a tour of the hardware. So this is the screen itself, 1080p panel with 377 pixels per inch IPS screen. So it's also got Gorilla Glass 3. So that's the screen, and as you can see, there's no front facing camera because the actual camera element is rotatable, and you have a 13 megapixel Sony XMOS sensor there, and with a dual LED flash arrangement. You have the earpiece and the sensors here. So that's, and below the screen you have the home key, menu key, and back key. We'll see it once we power it on. So at the bottom of the device you have the 10mm audio jack, a microphone, micro USB, and the loudspeaker. And on the left side of the device you have the micro SIM card slot, and you can use the micro SIM pin which is bundled in the device to take out the SIM card tray. So it's using a micro SIM card for the network. So that's cool. So that's the left side. There's nothing on the top, pretty plain there, except for the nice accents in terms of the design because of the camera element. And on the right side you have the power switch, placed really beautifully right at the right at the place where your thumb rests, because of the huge size of the device. And the volume key though is placed kind of awkwardly at the right side bottom. Not very convenient, but still usable with one hand. So that's not too bad. And that's about it on the sides of the device. So on the back side though, as we already saw, we have the camera which can be rotated. You have another microphone here, and you have the Oppo branding, subtle branding, not very flashy, but still does the job. And here you have the O touch area. So this basically can be used to scroll through the web page when you are doing stuff on the phone. You can double tap, long press, and all for different functionality. That is kind of cool. And you actually have a 3610 mAh battery which is on the inside, and under the hood powering this massive device is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor along with the Adreno 320 GPU, and it has about 2 GB of RAM, and the 16 GB of storage and 32 GB of storage models available. So this one is a 16 GB variant, and apart from that, loads of sensors and everything. You even have a 4D gyroscope. I don't even know what does that mean, but sounds really cool. So it has a distance sensor, light sensor, G sensor, and all that kind of stuff. So one of the main highlights is actually the camera. So let's quickly talk about the camera for a bit. So as you can see, this is a rotatable camera, so you can actually use it either in the back for like a regular camera. If you want to use it to capture your self photos, like selfies, you can actually shoot them at the full 13 megapixel resolution. It has a dual mode LED too, and it's a f2.0 sensor, and it has high speed, rewind, beautify, slow shutter modes, which is kind of coming from the hardware on the inside, which is because of the sensor on the inside. And it weighs about 213 grams, fairly heavy, but still is only about 9 millimeters thick, which is not too bad. And it actually supports the really fast 802.11 AC networks, considering it has a Snapdragon 600 processor. Has support for Wi-Fi display, Bluetooth 4.0, USB OTG. You can actually connect a pen drive or USB OTG pen drive or a cable and get access. And There's also this O-Click Bluetooth remote control which we showed you in the past. So this is the remote control, like the Oppo O-Click Bluetooth remote control. That actually you can press on it and get some stuff done. So we're not exactly sure what this fully does, but that's the remote control, which is a lithium, like a cylindrical battery. Yeah. So that's also bundled in the box. And apart from that, let's quickly power on the device and take a look. It's actually running on the Color ROM or Color OS. So let's quickly take a look. It's going to be compatible with Cyanogen mod very soon. The software is still in the works, so it's going to be coming soon. But as of now, it's shipping with the Color ROM when we got it. So this is going to be going on sale in China soon for about 37,000 odd Indian rupees, or about close to about 3,498 Chinese yuan. So not too bad a price for such a beautiful phone. Actually, I would say it's a bargain compared to the other devices from leading players. In terms of the specs, yes, it's not running on the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 800, but I'm sure since it's running on the 600 and also has a 3600 mAh battery, it should do justice to the battery life. So that's about the device. So let's quickly power it on. So now it's powered on and we are inside the OS. Beautiful screen, beautiful viewing angles, and really in love with the screen itself. So pretty awesome. So let's quickly check the OS. So let's quickly go inside and check the settings and check the software version. So about phone. So it's running on Color OS, which is based on Android version 1.0, Android 4.2.2, powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor running at 1.7 GHz, 1.88 GB of RAM is available, and there's about 9.81 GB only available on a 16 GB phone, which is kind of not too great considering you might get about 12 GB. I'm not sure what is the space being consumed for. We'll probably check once we explore it a bit. So we have this touch sensor over here. So basically it does a lot of things. You can actually scroll web pages, scroll through photos, scroll through your playlist and everything. So we have configured it for double tap to launch the Chrome browser. So it's going to be tapping it now. So it's not working entirely well now, but I'm sure it's going to be fixed in upcoming updates, but it's pretty cool. So I just tapped twice on the sensor there and it opened up Chrome. Tap again a couple of times, it's going to go back to the home screen. It's kind of cool. You want to launch an app, but you want to get out of it cool in a quick way. So it's kind of cool. So basically that's it comes up and then it goes out. So that's great. It also works in photos too. So for example, you have some photos here, I'm going to be scrolling through them. So you don't have to actually touch the screen. You can actually swipe through the sensor and it kind of scrolls. It's not 100% functional as of now, as the software is still in beta. So the final software would probably improve this, but it's kind of cool. So let's quickly show the rear control feature to you. So you can actually double tap to launch, and you can customize the app which you want to launch. And you double tap, probably you can even set it as, say, your phone or contacts, your Gmail, or even WhatsApp or something like that you want to quickly access by tapping. So you can actually scroll through the browser or slide up, down and left, right. That's also possible. You can do a lot of other things like tap, slide to down, control music playback, music album page, and a lot of other things. So that's kind of cool. There's also something called as gesture control, the gesture and motion controls. You can do a lot of things in terms of the gesture, like a lot of gestures and all that. We'll do all this in a separate in-depth video. Just wanted to give you an idea that what's that currently. So so this is the running on the Color ROM. So a lot of interesting stuff there, and there's also called Dolby effects in terms of the audio, which is kind of cool. So this is the notification tray in the Color OS. So pretty quick access to many functions, and the camera is kind of awesome as well. So let's quickly show you a sample shot of the camera. So this is the picture we already took. So now we're going to be taking a photo of the front facing camera, and we're going to be quickly flipping over to the rear facing camera. So as you can hear the camera shutter, it's fairly fast, and pretty decent in terms of the quality. 13 megapixel sensor here. So let's quickly flip over the sensor now, like the module, and let's quickly take a shot. So the flash is again off here, so it works independently from the back and the rear. So now as you can see, the flash did fire here, and this is the image. Pretty awesome quality here, and that's the camera. So one of the main highlights of the Oppo N1. So it's running on Android 4.2.2 with color ROM, and it should be getting CyanogenMod models as well soon. So this is of the most consistent UIs in the Android space. Pretty awesome, complements the design hardware very well, the OS, and feels pretty easy to use in the hand, although it's kind of unwieldy considering the 5.9-inch screen size. Still not too bad, considering all phones are pretty large in terms of the screen size currently. So yes, that was a quick unboxing of the Oppo N1, probably one of the first unboxings of the Oppo N1. So do hit a like if you like the Oppo N1 and appreciate the fact that we unboxed it for you, and do subscribe to our channel so that you can watch other Oppo N1 videos we're going to be bringing you over the next few days, and do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.